Hey there, Sanka, everybody. Welcome back for another amazing video. Today we're going to be talking about the part two of the previous video in regards to the investor's mindset, the trader's mindset. Once you've learned enough about just getting started with trading, investing, business, and all that stuff, what's the next steps, right? That's what's important. So without any further ado, let's get this video started. All right, so now you're at a stage where you learned how to trade a little bit, you learned how to invest a little bit, you've made successful profits, right? You're making profits now, and are starting to understand the business perspective of how people's brains work when it comes to money, finance, trading, buying, networking, blah blah blah. You've stepped into this new world in this realm that you weren't in before, but now you're starting to understand it, and you are starting to show some success for yourself. If you're not someone who's made 20% profit over a year from the previous step to now this step, do not start at this step. There's still a lot more that you need to learn from that step. It's either how you behave with money, it's either technicals, fundamentals, understanding how economics works. And if you haven't been able to make 20% at least a year in your investments, then you go back to the first stage. Because there's no point of coming to this stage if you haven't understood the first stage enough to come to this stage. Let's say you made the 20%. Actually, you made more than 20%. Now, what's the plan, Ahmed? I've invested $1,000 last year. My gold went up, my silvers went up, my stocks went up, my cryptos went up. My little business that I started on the side, I made like so much money from it because I was selling little things here and there, and literally we made 3x profit. Now what do we do to grow this even further? Now, this is probably one of the most important parts, and this is probably one of the most difficult parts. And that shouldn't take you away from it. It's the journey that makes you stronger, right? So this part is when you start understanding what medium and methodology is the correct fit for you. There'll be a lot of people that do trading investing which are good at stocks. For example, I have a brother, he's investing in crypto, doesn't like it. He's like, I'm going back to stocks. I was doing so successful. He's making a decent income, mashallah. So he's like, I'm going back to that. And it makes sense. I have another brother who was like, oh man, I don't want to get into trading, buying, selling. I have a service business. I do well in service business. I'm staying here. I make a lot of money in it. And mashallah, so you continue with it. This is the time where you start understanding who you are, what trading, what investing, what business, or what concept of making money is the right fit for you. Maybe after this, or after first stage and this stage, you're like, okay, no man, I want to be a 9 to 5 employee, and that's fine with me. I make enough money. I'm an IT consultant. We make more than 6 figures. Why on earth am I gonna invest and risk a great life that I could have? And I agree with you. So this is the hard part right now, where you want to learn about yourself and you want to understand what's the best method for you. Now, usually you should be in the age of, I would say, 23 to about 31, 32, okay? This is where you kind of do that learning stage and learning aspects of it. So you learned how to do trading, you learned how to do a little bit of stocks, a little bit of business. Now it's time to ramp these things up. This is when the concepts of DCA comes in. This is when the concepts of hedging comes in. This is when the concepts of take profits, stop losses come in. This is when you can start thinking about putting in 5 to 10 to 15 to 20% of your income towards investing and trading or that business that you've been thinking about. This is when you start looking into putting in more money. Okay, you had a small business. Now it's time to import bigger things. Now it's time to start an e-commerce that's bigger, right? So you understand the basic fundamentals from the previous part. You've done the understanding, the knowledge, the networking. 1 second, just for everybody, for the channel, you gotta like, come on, you gotta share, you gotta subscribe. You've been watching these videos, you gotta do all this stuff. I'm teaching you how to make that mashallah money. Inshallah, you make that mashallah money. Now you wrap these things up, and you wrap these things up to the point that you are overworked. Why you want to go to the point of overwork and potentially even burnout is because at that point you realize which one of these is the best thing for you and which one of these is going to be the most successful for you. It's like if you're always just in your comfort, you're always going to be doing everything, and that's not the best thing for the future, which is going to be the next video. How to master this aspect of trading, buying and selling, or business and whatnot. So now you're at the stage where you're overworking yourself to the point that you have a small business, you're trading, you're investing, you have stocks, you have crypto, you have gold, you're doing research, you're doing data, you're buying, selling everything. You're making a good profit, let's say now you should be ramping it up to maybe 20% a year to about 25, 30% a year, 40%, 50% a year, depending on the different asset class. Real estate, right? Now you can start looking into real estate because you're making that extra amount more. So you can start thinking about, okay, we're going to go to passive income streams and see how that works. Regardless of what stage you're on, passive income streams is its own thing, right? You don't have to work hard to let it run. You just have to work hard to establish it. And if you have any money coming from whichever method, you can put it there. So anywho, you start looking into these various methodologies and you start pushing it forward. And at this point, it starts clicking for you that, man, I absolutely hate stocks. That makes no sense. Or I absolutely hate crypto. It makes no sense for me. I hate, why am I investing in gold? Like, gold isn't a thing anymore. No one uses gold, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do it. Or why am I doing this business when I'm doing so well in just trading and investing in stocks and crypto? I should just focus on stocks, crypto, or maybe I should just focus on one of these things and leave everything else alone. Why am I doing e-commerce? Why am I doing FBA? Why am I doing import and selling small toys at events or various things that I'm doing? Why am I doing affiliate marketing? I should just focus on one thing because I made the most return from it. It works for me, for my family, for my mindset, and I think I can excel to the point where I'll be very successful for it. So you found your niche, you found your industry, you found the method that works for you. Now it's time to wrap this up to the point where you are a successful, ambitious investor. Remember, by this point, you have mastered a skill set, you have mastered an industry, you have successfully made X percentage, which we can say is 40, 50, 60, 70 percentage in an industry from that specific tool or method. Now, in the next video, I'll tell you guys how you can really take that skill set, that success, and ramp it up to a point where you are mastering your aspects of investing, trading, or business, or whatever you want to call it. Anywho, I hope you guys like this video. Let me know if you're in this current space. I'll tell you honestly, I'm right now in this current era of my life. I've realized, what things are working for me, what things are not working for me. I'm stopping doing XYZ investment, but I'm very strong at investing at other things because I'm very well connected in that industry. I have very good, knowledge from experience, from losses and profits from the experience. And now I'm thinking about how will I ramp that up in the next 5 years so I become a master of that specific industry. And it's been a crazy journey, learning journey for me. And this is what I'm trying to explain to you guys is there's a lot of angles to this, and you guys need to be starting from the first point, from the first video. I will link it here somewhere. Come to this video, understand this video, and then go to the next one. I've given you some implementational action points, which are still high level, but look into what I'm saying. Try to implement from the high level. Try to see how you can narrow down to specific goals and actionable items for yourself and implement on it. For example, if you were doing stocks before and you succeeded 20%, you only had $1,000 portfolio. Now it's time to ramp that up to within 1 year 10,000. Right? You focus hard. You put in 10,000, same skill set, same thing, and you go trade even more towards it to see how the result is for another year or 2 years or 3 years, and see if that's something that is for you while you're still working on the other aspects of investing through crypto, real estate, blah, 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 various angles, right? So if you guys like the video, let me know what you guys think. Put in the comments. Share this with your friends. Share this with your brothers. Share this with the lazy guy who's sitting around, who's not doing much with his life. Let him know it's time to get up and get going. Because if you stay back and if you don't put an effort towards your own future, it's gonna come back to haunt you in 5, 10, 15 years. And it's all about compounding efforts that make you successful at the long term and ending of the game. Now a lot of people, maybe 0.0001% are those that overnight get rich because of XYZ product that went viral. Let's not bank on that probability, right? So let me know in the comments, like, share, subscribe, and watch out for the next video. Assalamu alaikum. Do subscribe, like, share, hit that bell icon for notifications. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram for more content. I'll be uploading more stuff in all of these social media websites. Thanks. Take care. Salam.